mystics, goths, and flower children alike. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Anitra. How y'all doing today? First thing, happy 4-year anniversary of this channel. Yes. Now I know this is coming out in April, but I actually filmed this video back in March. The anniversary of this channel is March 11th. So again, happy 4 years. So happy 4 years of this channel. I've been making art on YouTube since 2021 now. Thank you to everyone who has been here, either from the beginning or if this is your first video. So thank you. Today, not only is it a anniversary video, I got some new sketchbooks. So look, I got these 3 sketchbooks. I have a watercolor sketchbook, a new like black paper sketchbook that I could use for like acrylic paint and stuff, and this sketchbook that I got from jadenanimations.com. I think that's what it was. If that's not right, I'll put it right there. So we're going to be swatching. I don't think I've done a full swatching video on this channel yet, and I've been kind of wanting to for a while because I love swatching. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I am going to be making a piece in this video as well, because not only is it a 4-year anniversary video, but we've also reached 100 subscribers. So let's do this. This is a pretty awesome time, and I'm super happy and super excited. I know I haven't posted in like 2 weeks, but that's okay. New videos are coming. I'm working on a bunch of stuff, getting everything ready. Now, with that being said, let's get on to the video. The first mediums that I want to swatch for this video are my watercolors, and I have 3 different brands here today. I have Grabby, I have Master's Touch, and I have Artist Loft. First, I'm going to swatch my Artist Loft's 24-piece watercolor set. I know that it says 25 pieces, but the last piece is for the brush in the tin that I don't really use. While swatching these watercolors, I realized that I haven't used this brand in a very long time. I'm not completely sure, but besides the video where I tested 4 watercolor brands against each other, I don't think that I've used these since my random doodle video about 4 years ago. These are all 24 of the colors, from white all the way to black here, and I'm gonna see if I can find the names for these colors, because they came in the pan and there's no names for the colors on the back of the pan. And here are all of the swatches with most of them named. I tried to find all the names, but it was very, very difficult to find them all. If anyone knows where I can find all of the names to these colors, please put it down in the comments section below. It'll be very helpful and appreciated. But now, on to the next brand, which is the Master's Touch 12-piece watercolor set. Just like the last brand, these colors are also half pans. Every time I use these, I'm amazed by just how vibrant they are. Like, look at how warm those oranges look. They're just so pretty. Here is all 12 of these watercolors. These are Master's Touch. So same thing with the other one. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna name all of them. I can actually find the names of this one because they're on the back of the box. So I'm gonna name all these and then we'll be back. And here are all the swatches of the Master's Touch watercolors. All of these with the names. Like I said, the names are on the back of the packaging, which is very, very helpful. But either way, on to the next brand. Okay, and the last of my watercolors that I'm going to be using are my Grabby watercolors. You've seen me use Grabby before. I've used them multiple times in my artwork since I got them, especially in my Crystal Info series, which you could check out in this playlist. I think it'll be up here. Here is the case. This one already came with a swatch sheet. but I didn't record that for a video when I first bought these watercolors, which is also this video up here somewhere. This is what the inside looks like. Like I said, I've had it for a while, so I've used all of these at some point in my artwork. But with that being said, let's get on to swatching. While I'm swatching this giant amount of watercolor, I wanted to tell you guys some random tidbits about me that I want to share. For instance, I have been drawing since I was very little, and I think I started around the age of 7 or maybe 6, and back then I loved to draw rainbows. Anything could be a rainbow, flowers, houses, shoes, anything, and I loved rainbow patterns as well, so I mixed those two things together very, very often in my early art. Here there are these candy colors starting from a lemony yellow to a chocolatey brown, I guess. Also, there are 5 neon colors, which are super bright. Next up are the metallic shades, which are very, very pretty. I don't know if you can see this, but the metallic shades have a sort of glittery or shimmery finish to it. Isn't that cool? And here are all of the swatches of the grabby watercolors with the names. I split it into 3 because there's just so many, it would have taken too long, but here you go. So this is going to be just a small little piece for all. I'm going to combine all of the different things, the watercolors, the acrylic paint markers, the Ohuhus, and the Prismacolor pencils. I'm gonna merge all of them into this one piece, and then we'll see how it looks. We'll see. Also, at the time of filming this video, we are at 100 subscribers. So happy 100 subscribers, and happy 4 years on this channel. So yay! Starting off with the watercolor background of this piece, I wanted a underwater background, mixing some blues and some greens with a little bit of pinks and purple spots incorporated, with some seaweed-like plants in the corners. This will be great for the coral reef colors that I'm going to be using for the numbers and the letters later on. And after painting the plants in the corners of the background, I wanted to add a little bit more embellishment to the background as well. So now we're going to start on the next part, which are the Posca and Grabby markers. Okay, so now I have this, and I know that, hold on, let me back up. Now I have this, and I know that this is, you guys are like, what is this? What is this? This is just a bag that, it used to be my mom's makeup bag, but she gave it to me, and now there's Posca pins in here. Okay, here are all of my Posca pins. There are a lot of them, and there are 3 different sizes in this pile, okay? There we go, we got the big size. This is the 1.8, 2.5 millimeters. Let's grab this one. We have slightly smaller size. This is the 9.0, 1.3 millimeters. So, see the nib? And then we've got some tiny guys. There we go. We got this size, which is a 0.7 millimeter. Let's do this. Another tidbit that I wanted to tell you guys about is when I was little, and even now, I watched a lot of cartoons. So I used to draw a lot of the characters from the cartoons that I've watched. One of the cartoons that I watched a lot was Home Movies. So I drew some of those characters when I was little. I've already shown you guys this probably, but here are some of the drawings that I could find. Okay, so here are all of my Posca pins. So I just went from, like, each color, I went from the biggest to the smallest. The only one where I have all 3 pins is pink. Hopefully I'll be able to change that in the future, but we'll see what happens. So I'm just gonna do Grabby and then we'll see what happens after that. Okay, so here are all of my Grabby markers swatched. Grabbies! So now I have the Grabby markers swatched and named, and I also have the Posca pins swatched and named. Now I just have one more thing or at least 2 more things to swatch, and I'm going to be using 2 different sketchbooks for those. Before doing the numbers and the letters, I wanted to use these colors to add diagonal lines in the background, just to make it pop a little more. I'm gonna try to match these with the color that it's about to cross over into. It's gonna be a little difficult for me to explain, but you'll see what I'm talking about as I go along. Really quick, I just wanted to say that I had a lot of fun adding the lines in the background. Also, I really liked how it looks against the watercolor. I might have to incorporate this into my artwork more often. What do you think? Okay, real quick. These are the colors that I'm going to be using for the numbers and the word subscriber. Remember I said I wanted it to be more of a brightly colored, kind of corally but colors, but especially since this is kind of like a underwater color galaxy, but that's what it is. And so we're going to make these kind of like if these were shells or just like coral reefs, because for some reason when my brain thinks of coral, it thinks of red and oranges and hints of pink and all that stuff. So let's do that. Starting with the number 100, I wanted to show all of the colors that I will be using. So I decided to do a gradient throughout the number, starting with my brightest yellow all the way down to the most darkest red that I had without going to burgundy. Okay, so off camera, I did another coat on the 100 and I did the first couple of letters in the word subscribers. Now I'm going to finish the rest of the letters. And with the finishing of the last letter S, the paint marker section is done. So, the next section of what we are going to be doing is the Ohuhu markers. We're going to be working, there's some like leafy bits on the side. We're going to completely give them a color scheme. The flowers here are going to be colored in. The little chibi me is going to be colored in. And yeah, so that's basically what we're going to be working on next. We're going to work on the Ohuhu sections. After that, we'll be working on Prismacolor. But after that, we're going to be working on Prismacolor, and then that will be the end of the piece. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, so now we are on to this sketchbook. Like I said, it is the Jaden Animation sketchbook with Ari on the front and the back. So this was the first drawing that I did in this sketchbook. I used Ohuhu markers, no color pencils, but I did this early this year in March. There was a storm earlier this month, not this year, but earlier this month, and I panicked. So in my panic, I drew a peach. Today we're going to, not today, but right now, we are going to be using right now. I don't know if they'll all be able to get into the frame, but we're using my Prismacolor Premier color pencils. I have 150 of them. But yeah, these are the ones that I got a very long time ago. These are the color pencils that I've been using in most of my art. I've been using them. So I've already swatched these before. Like I said, everything has already been swatched, but I want to re-swatch these with a new technique or like a new style of swatching and make it easier to find and just easier to look at. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, so really quick, I just wanted to let you guys know that this is going to be the longest swatching section in this video. The amount of colored pencils that I actually had was way higher in reality than how it feels when just sitting and swatching them all and letting your mind go. So I just wanted to warn you guys about that. Also, I wanted to give you guys some future video info. First, a new crystal info video will be coming soon, which is so cool. I haven't done one in a while. And here's a quick hint. It is going to be a green crystal. All guesses welcome in the comment section below. And second, I'm going to be making a video where I sketch a word out in graffiti, but I don't know which one to choose. It's between the words soul, spirit, and moon. So again, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. I will also be putting up a poll in my community tab and on my Instagram and all that stuff. So let me know what you guys think. Hey, Editor Anitra here. I'm going to show the Ohuhu marker swatches right next instead of adding the Prismacolor to the piece. This is because I actually did the markers first and then added the color pencils, so that's why the order is going to be kind of weird. But anyway, back to the video. But yes, also real quick, these, I think I already showed you this, but here are all of the color pencils. This is what all those swatches look like. I like swatching them this way. I swatched them before, didn't like how that looked, but I love how this turned out, so yay. So now we're gonna swatch our Ohuhu markers, and yeah, let's do this. Last but certainly not least, we are working with my Ohuhu markers, yay. These I have used in many videos, such as my Sketch With Me video where I sketch the hands. So, there are 216 of these markers. Boom, 216 of my Ohuhu markers. That's as far away as I can get it. But kind of like how I did the Prismacolor pencils, I'm gonna do the same thing with the Ohuhu markers. However, I've been saying pencils or markers. Either way, they're Ohuhu markers. And these are the ones where one side, there we go. One side is a brush nib and the other side is a chisel nib. So that's what I mean by like brush and chisel. So I'm going to swatch the markers kind of like how I did the Prismacolor color pencils. There are 6 of these little pockets and each one has a certain number of them in there, so I'm going to just, you know, kind of merge like these 2 onto a page and these 2 and these 2. You'll see when I get to swatching, so let's do that. This is the last thing that I will be swatching. So yay, we're coming towards the end of the video. Let's do this. I will also be using one of these. It is a like protective plastic. If you've had like brush markers before, usually, or maybe they don't, I don't know. But I know that Ohuhu comes with this. It says, if you are coloring on thin paper, please put this pad between your coloring sheets to prevent any bleed through. So this isn't super thin, but just to be safe, I like to use it anyway. I use my Ohuhus for this peach, the big peach and the peach slice. Let's do this. Now I am using a different method in this swatching section. The difference from this one and all the other ones is that I tried to put the colors together by their letter category. So like all of the Y's are together and all of the R's all together. I did this to see if it would change from the swatch cards that Ohuhu gave you in the like container. I just wanted to see what the difference would be. Okay, so here are all of the colors swatched together. I really like how these swatches look, and now we can go and add the details with the markers and the colored pencils to the piece. Let's do this. Okay, so now we've done two steps. We've done the watercolor, we've done Posca pens, we've done grabby markers, we've done all of those. I even added some dots just to get some variety and all that stuff. Now we're going to start on Ohuhu markers. Now I have never done Ohuhu markers over watercolor before, so I do not know how that's gonna work or even if it's going to take. If it does, we'll continue. Like this area, I think will be okay because there's not much color here, but like here and the little, you know, filigree on the side, I don't know how that's gonna turn out, but we're gonna try it today. So, okay, let's go. Starting with the seaweed plants in the corners of the piece, I found out that the watercolor on the background was not affected by the alcohol markers at all, which is great. I was super worried about that, so I'm glad that I can just keep moving. Next, I worked on the flowers. I don't know what type of flowers this is, but I used to draw this type of flower all the time. Anyway, I made one flower blue and the other one purple. Now I'm going to color in this chibi version of me who is sitting on the word subscribers at the bottom. I drew her based on an outfit that I actually own, and doing this just made it easier. Speaking of chibis, another tidbit is that this is the first chibi that I've drawn that I've actually liked. Usually I get frustrated halfway through and then I end up hating the entire drawing, but I do think that she turned out really cute. So now we have done everything. We've done watercolor, we've done acrylic paint markers, we've done Ohuhu markers, as you can see. Now, final step, we're doing colored pencils. So I'm gonna first start off with the leafy, flowery bits, and then we're gonna color in the chibi version of me. And then that'll be it. So let's go. Finally, I am adding color pencils to this piece. I'm basically doing what I did for the markers, but just adding a little bit more detail and making everything kind of flow together nicely. One last tidbit about me is that I actually almost started a YouTube art channel when I was in high school. I thought about starting one when I was a junior in high school, but I didn't because I was just too scared. I was a very anxious and nervous teenager, so I was worried about everything, and I didn't know if I could or not. I know, I wonder what she would think if she saw what I was doing now. I wonder if she'd be proud of me. The last thing to color now is Chibi Me. I love how she turned out, and it made me so happy to finish her details. She is the perfect representation of how I felt when I found out that I had 100 subscribers. Thank you again for supporting me throughout these 4 years, guys. I really appreciate and love you so much. Now I am using a Pigma Micron to outline her and help some of the details pop out again. I am also going to use my white grabby marker to add a border around the chibi to help her pop off against the background, or pop out. And after taking off the tape, this piece is finally done. Okay, and here is the final piece. It is finished. It has taken me a while, but it is done. Thank you for being here today, for swatching with me, and to create this piece. I'm very happy that we have reached 100 subscribers. I'm very, very happy. Thank you to each and every single one of you. And happy 4-year anniversary. I know that I'm a little bit late, but happy 4-year anniversary of when I started this channel. Every March I get very, very excited. Sometimes I do stuff, sometimes I don't. And I'm really happy that I got to do something this year. Hopefully I can do more of these in the future. But thank you to everybody. And no matter if this is your first video, or if you've been here since the beginning, or if you've just been here for a while, I still love you, and thank you so much. And I hope you come back for more cool things like this and many other things. And if you'd like to check out more of me, please go check out all my other videos. I put a lot of love and effort into each of my pieces, and I really hope that you guys will enjoy them. Please go check out all my social medias, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, and with that being said, I think that's going to be it. Have a good rest of your morning, evening, afternoon, or night, wherever you are on this wondrous globe. Eat some good food, drink some good drink, get some good sleep, and listen to some good music. Know that there are people on this planet who love you, and I am one of them because I do too. And to all my mystics, goths, and flower children alike, that's going to be the end of this video. And me and Chibi me love you very much, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Love you.